Hello, this is going to be a short tutorial on how to perform the Glissando pivot swap. If you have no clue what a pivot swap is, I recommend going to watch Catalyst's video because I do not explain it here. But basically the Glissando method is, in my opinion, the easiest way to perform a pivot swap because we're essentially just going to be sweeping our hand across the keyboard to do the inputs in the right order and the right speed. So let me just showcase it here. So yeah, so this is essentially what it is. We're gonna need some specific keybinds in game, and we're gonna need to rebind some of our keys out of the game to this row of keys up here. To rebind our keys, we're gonna be using a program called Auto Hotkey. You can install it by going to this website, clicking download version 1.1, and following the setup guide from there. Once you have that installed, I have a script down below. Basically, it's a text that you can copy, and we're gonna make a new script in here. We're just gonna call it Elden Ring binds. Well, something like that. Elden Ring binds. .ahk. Say yes to that. Right-click, edit script, and copy the text I have in here. So basically, what this says is that it replaces one button with another. This is legal for speedrunning purposes, and which is why we're using this in the first place. So basically, whenever I press 1, it's going to input a Q instead. When I press 2, it's going to input escape, and so on. Now there are things here that you have to change depending on what keyboard layout you have. So right now I'm on the UK keyboard, so we want this key to be the first thing we press, which is correct in this case. But let's say I'm on a different keyboard layout. Let's say I'm on Danish. I would want this key instead. So we would do something like this. But now this is all we have to do. Now we have to go into the game and adjust our in-game binds so that this is going to be our skill key and this is going to be our lock-on key. If you know what you're doing, you can also go on the key list on the AHK documentation and have those keys be basically whatever you want. But I'm not going to go over that right now. It's something you can try on your own. So yeah, let's go into the game. So in your key bindings, you want to make sure that you have your lock-on button bound to Q and your skill button bound to I. This is important because those are the two keys our script is going to be pressing whenever we sweep across, and you're going to perform the right action at that point. Okay, once you've done that, there's not really a lot left to do. All you have to do is open up the script. Let me just close this down, I already have it open. So you go to where your script is located, right click, run as administrator, say yes. You should be able to see here down at the right that your script is open. If you want to exit it at any point, just right click exit. You can test if your script is working by opening a text file. And now when you press this button up here, it should basically go to your skill button, which in this case is I. If you press 1, it should be Q. And yeah, and if you sweep across, you'll see that your numbers don't really line up. And that's because the script is working. You can also test it in-game by simply pressing the same buttons. So this key right here should be your skill button again, and your one key should be your lock-on button. So yeah, now we know the script is working. We can do the final setup thing we have to do, which is sort our inventory in the correct order. This is important because when our script enters, it goes into the menu and basically selects a different weapon. It selects the weapon that is left of our currently selected weapon. And when we do the pivot swap, we want that to be a stance weapon. So what does this mean for our inventory? It means that the weapon we want to swap to should be left of the weapon, our stance weapon. So this would be wrong. To fix it, you can go into the sorting system and just sort it differently. Depending on what category you're running, what your inventory setup looks like, this might be different. If you're trying to do this on a casual run-through on a previous patch, you might have to go into the chest and reorder everything. But yeah, once your inventory is good to go, you just go out and we do the glitch. So how do we actually perform it? So you want to face away from the enemy, then you sweep across and hold down your skill key again. So in my case, because I have my skill key on mouse 5, well, I think it's mouse 5 at least, it's one of the side buttons here, I will be sweeping across with my left hand, holding down the button afterwards, and if we get the timing right, it should do the pivot swap. So let me try a few times. There we go. This is what it's supposed to look like. The timing is pretty tight. It's something you'll have to get used to with practice. Also, if you're really gonna try hard this, I recommend getting rounded keycaps so that you don't destroy your fingers while doing this. I've got a lot of practice in on this set, but I still much prefer doing it on my other keyboard. I don't know if I can actually show you this, but I have keys with basically rounded corners, so my finger slides across much easier. But yeah, that's basically it. And if you have any questions, do not ask me. Actually, go to the Soul Speedrunning Discord, go into the Elden Ring Help channel, and ask all your questions there. I'm also active in there, so you might even get help from me. Anyways, I hope this helps, and I'll see you later. Bye!